If it's lower, Karen has the first game. No. And back to the base card goes Karen and Larry with a free chance to call off the 6.
Jim, let's go with the odds. Let's go higher, please.
Higher. No. Another 6 is not higher. And we'll fill in the spaces. Someone's going to have a long way to go in sudden death after we take time out for this commercial break. First time you went, you got less conservative.
I need a fresh idea for my strawberries.
Got Jell-O gelatin?
Uh-huh.
Cool Whip?
Yup.
And you've got something fresh. A delicious pie you make in 8 minutes. Just dissolve and thicken Jell-O brand gelatin. Blend in Cool Whip non-dairy whipped topping and sliced fresh fruit. Spoon into a ready-made graham cracker crust and chill.
Great pie, Mom.
Fresh fruit, Jell-O gelatin, and Cool Whip. We're doing fresh things with pies.
Mom, I thought you might want to take some time out.
What a nice surprise. I don't think I can look at another script. General Foods International Coffee's Coffee Vienna. I love that creamy, smooth taste with just a touch of cinnamon. Makes a quiet moment like this special. Thanks, Chris. That was very sweet of you.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, Mom.
General Foods International Coffees. As much a feeling as a flavor.
Hi, can I feed you puppies? Dry puppy food? For Phoebe's pups? Isn't it good for them?
Sure, but we feed them Puppy Choice. It's got high-quality protein. That dry puppy food doesn't.
It helps them grow strong and beautiful. Like me? No, like Phoebe's. Phoebe's!
Nutritious Puppy Choice and Top Choice dog foods. The family with high-quality protein.
Don't you think I'm beautiful?
Sue Conlon, where is your brown bottle of Lysol?
Lysol brand disinfectant in the linen closet. I use it every time I clean to kill germs in the bathroom and deodorize and disinfect the bathroom bowl.
Ellie McGuire, where is your brown bottle of Lysol?
The baby's room. I use it every time I clean the nursery.
Patty Otis, where is your brown bottle of Lysol?
In my cleaning bucket. Your cleaning bucket?
Sure. So I can't forget to use it every time I clean.
Where is your brown bottle of Lysol?
If you would like to be a contestant on Card Sharks, just send a postcard to Contestants, Card Sharks, 6430 Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90028. Or when in Southern California, phone area code 213-467-5100.
Did you get something caught in your throat there at the beginning, Gene? Just because I told him he never makes a mistake? Well, someone's going to have to not make a mistake right now because looking at the board, Karen right up the middle with an 8 needs 3 cards. Larry with a little better base card is 6, also needs 3. Sudden death, someone's going to have to win it right here. So control, very important. Someone's going to have a long way to go. Larry, we asked 100 married men. Can you tell what mood your wife is in just by what she wears to bed? How many men can tell what mood their wife is in by what she wears to bed?
Oh, absolutely, because my wife either comes to bed naked or she goes to bed with a lot of clothes on. If she's got a lot of clothes on, she is mad.
You figure... Larry figures if his wife comes to bed with hair curlers and army boots, the answer is no. Is that it?
Yes, sir, that's absolutely right.
Well, how many men can tell what mood the wife is in by what she wears to bed?
That's got to be a high number. I'm going to go with 70.
70 out of 100, Karen?
Well, I think he's absolutely right from personal experience. I'm sure he's right, so I'm going to go higher.
Oh. What do you wear to flash your mood, as it were?
No comment.
No comment, okay. Darn, I wanted to find out. The actual number of men who can tell what mood their wife is in by what she wears to bed is 44. It's not higher, it's a little lower. And Larry has it. Larry has control. Sudden death. You could play it for 3 or pass it for 3. Larry, what do you want to do?
Karen, I love you, but I got to do it.
You're going to pass it.
I'm going to get
and you are right up the middle, Karen, and you need them all.
Let's go lower.
Lower, she says. It is a 6. 2 to go.
Higher.
Higher than a 6. No, couldn't do it. It's a 2. It's not higher, and Larry wins game 1 in sudden death. I kind of figured whoever got control was going to be in the catbird seat with that one.
Don't be mad, honey.
And now, that's your figure getting straightened out with your husband, with your wife right there, right? Your husband? Oh, well. Well, it's the modern age.
I hear you.
Question goes to you, Karen. Karen, we polled 100 women who support the women's liberation movement. They all belong to the National Organization for Women. And we asked them, have you ever voted for a candidate you knew nothing about just because she was a woman? How many women's libbers said they have voted for a candidate just because she was a woman? Quickly now, Karen.
I think that answer is very high. I consider myself a feminist. And I know I would do that if I knew nothing about any of the candidates, which I hope I actually would. But I will say 78.
78 have voted for a candidate just because she was a woman, Larry.
I absolutely disagree with her. I think even if they are feminists, they're going to still go by what they think is right. I think that number is going to be lower, Jim.
Lower. The actual number of women's libbers who have voted for a candidate just because she was a woman is 29. Larry is right. It is lower. And doing the right thing is what liberation in many ways is all about. Larry starts off game 2 with a 5.
Let's go higher, Jim.
He's going to play it higher. It is an 8.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than the 8. The 10.
3, please.
And we move over the threes bar, and Larry right away is close to the championship. We'll be back with these nice folks in a moment.
Gino's Pizza is top to bottom new with more cheese, better sauce, a crust that's crispier too. Gino's, crisp and tasty. You've got what it tastes.
Gino's new crisp and tasty frozen pizza has an all-new crispier crust that crunches like no other. Tastier sauces, cheeses, and Gino's exclusive flavor shaker with all those herbs and spices. A taste that's only Gino's.
Gino's, crisp and tasty. You've got what it tastes. Gino's, Gino's, you've got what it tastes. Spray and wash gets out what America gets into. Spray and wash gets out what America gets into.
Spray and Wash has gotten out more food, grease, and dirt than any other stain remover. So try our non-aerosol trigger and our economy squeeze bottle.
Spray and wash gets out what America gets into.
People joined us today from Bel Air, Ohio, and from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Bye-bye.
If you would like to see Card Sharks in person, send your request along with a self-addressed stamped envelope to Tickets, Card Sharks, NBC Ticket Department, 3000 West Alameda, Burbank, California, 91523. One of our polling groups will receive MGA Mitsubishi's 19-inch color television with a picture that challenges film in brightness, clarity, and contrast. Finely tuned no matter which electronic touch tuning button you select, instant on sound, strikingly beautiful, furnished by Mitsubishi. And some of our contestants will receive colorful DuPont Lucite Spray Enamel, a quick and easy way to add fresh new decorator touches inside or outside your home with Lucite Spray Enamel. You color it easy. BedSack, new idea in bed covering. It provides luxury upholstery for your old mattress and box springs. Protection for new, furnished by BedSack. The Daisy portable rechargeable power scrubber will take on your toughest chores indoors, outdoors, anywhere from Daisy Products Company. Bathroom accessories and Mr. Bubble is a gentle bubble bath for kids that makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty, Mr. Bubble. A tray and pork products to use for pork cookout time. Mouth-watering variety that's easy to fix and delicious to eat, furnished by National Pork Producers. Glasses and a picture and 100% pure Treetop frozen pear grape juice, unlike other frozen grape juices. Treetop adds fair juice with sweetness, no sugar.
Join John Chancellor, David Brinkley, and the entire NBC News team for an unconventional view of the Republican convention. Decision 80 coverage begins with a pre-convention special Saturday. Tomorrow, right after Real People in Different Strokes, it's The Facts of Life, followed by Quincy. Tomorrow.
This is Gene Woods speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Tuesday, a computer dating service comes to Orly.
You gotta be kidding.
And Lobo's the chaperone on the misadventures of Sheriff Lobo Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Karen Grassley stars as the perfect wife with a perfect life until one day she's battered.
I'm so free.
LeVar Burton and Mike Farrell in Battered Tuesday.
I'm Sarah Purcell, inviting you to have fun with real people Wednesday at 7, right after the Newlywed Game here on KJAC-TV Channel 4, serving Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana.
Here's 5 of the friendliest fellas in Texas, the Silsby car dealers. They're waiting for you right here on Highway 96. In less than a mile on the strip, they'll show you more than 900 cars, vans, and trucks of every make, model, and description. You'll get small towners, too. So take yourself a little drive to Silsby, the car trading capital of Southeast Texas, and prove that you can drive a little and save a lot.
Mr. Grant came up with a great idea for our news feature. We're going to do an expose on gun sales.
Oh, that's great, man. It's really great. I love a good news feature.
Ted, what's
wrong?
Please, Mary, stop asking what's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Fine, absolutely fine. Just want to be alone. I want my privacy. I want people to mind their own business. And most of all, I want my mommy.
Mary Tyler Moore, weekdays at noon on Channel 4.
Channel 4, KJAC TV.
It's more than password, it's Password Plus. Our guest stars, Dick Martin and Juliet Trump. And here's the star of Password Plus, Alan Woodham.
Hello, Juliet. Hello, Richard. Look at you. Oh, Dick, you look lovely.
Oh, always look so dapper.
So do you. You have on the same thing you had on yesterday.
No, my problem is I'm colorblind, see. Is this the black one or the blue one?
No, this is the green one.
Oh, the green one,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, look, it's the same one.
I bring all those outfits, but I
know.
forget to change.
He wears the same clothes every day, and it's his style. That's what it is. He can add style to the same old thing every day. Let's meet our current players, Steve Alvarez and Tracy Hansen. Come in. We have a tie game going here. Steve Alvarez is our current champion. He has $1,100 plus $100 in the current game. Now, Steve, again about you.
Well, I'm a native Californian, went to school here, and then transplanted out to Fort Lauderdale, where I'm a flight attendant. And I'm back here visiting the folks and having a little visit.
Good to have you here. And this lady over here is Tracy Hansen with $100 in the current game.
Right.
Now, Tracy, you've got to explain why every time I say your name we get an applause.
I paid each person out in the audience.
You did. All right, tell us about you.
I'm also a native Californian. I'm single. Currently, I'm distributing vitamins, health, and home care products, but I'm mainly interested in training myself for an entertaining and acting career.
As I said yesterday, let me repeat, you've got to...
You plan to do this again next year?
Absolutely. We are thinking about copywriting it, to tell you the truth. And
Most of the
this is
contestants wouldn't reveal their secrets, but this man would. He said he couldn't possibly lose.
Maybe a little brandy in it.
No.
He later found that he was up against some pretty tough competition. Lemon Chiffon, Peaches in July, America Goes Bananas, and Special Expressions coffee-flavored ice cream. Get your recipes together, because officials say the World Championship Ice Cream Freeze-Off will return to Childress next year. Joe Snyder reporting for NBC News.
That looks like a good way to stay cool. There are other ways, however, and
Yes.
one of them's not going outside.
That would be one of the better reasons, because it's hot out there. We're having quite a few of the deaths being reported. We're over 100 as far as the deaths are concerned, too. So if you don't have to go outside, stay out of the heat, try to stay as cool as possible. Unfortunately, we've got some bad news for you. It doesn't look like we have any rain in sight. The Weather Service has canceled that chance of rain. Since high pressure continues to linger on, I'll tell you more about that, but first, the current conditions in the triangle. Presently, we do have mostly sunny skies, temperature of 95 degrees, relative humidity 55%, with winds from the south at 14 miles an hour now. The barometer's falling, 30.03. Our high today, 97 degrees. Morning low.
Why are we cheering? I'll tell you about it next from the News Center.
If you're looking for a way to save, we've got it.
First Federal Spirit.
The First Federal Spirit means more for savers. Our 6-month money market certificate and 2.5-year investor certificate earn top interest. No one can pay you more or does more to make saving worthwhile.
It's the First Federal Spirit at First Federal Savings Loan. You can see it.
During the last few days, the Port Arthur woman has been going for the big money on an NBC game show called Card Sharks, and today she hit it rich. Duncan Woodford watched the show along with her mother and other relatives.
Marion Johnson has been glued to her TV set for the past 3 days. She's been watching her daughter, Karen, play Card Sharks.
I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas.
Karen graduated from Thomas Jefferson in 1966 and now lives with her husband in El Paso. But it's her mother who is taking real pride in Karen's chance at the big time. She got most anxious when Karen had to gamble for some big money.
I've got to do it. 2,000 higher.
$2,000 higher than a 2. Eddie comes up with
5,000 higher.
It's going to go higher. She's got it right.
Player, let's go. $5,000 higher. It is $13,000 in cash. Oh, way to go.
Rather abrupt end to a happy story, but you got the message anyway. And we've got to do it, too. That's the early edition of News Center 4. I'm Lance Stansted. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again at 10.
That, Lyle's watching us on WPTV Channel 5. Thank you very much for sending in the poem. Now we're going to open up the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. And Kenneth and Kristen will start loading in the cards. As you can see, we have a game in progress with these card charts. Karen Johnson. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
And again, for any new viewers, a little reminder about you.
Okay, my name is Karen Johnson, and I live in El Paso, Texas. I'm a counselor by education, a recreation director by work experience, and right now I'm unemployed.
Oh, what kind of work are you looking for?
Well, I hope to use my winnings to go to law school.
Oh, well, you could pay a little bit of the school because Karen's been with us just 2 shows. $15,800 in cash. Very good player. The challenger is Larry Huff. Hi, Larry. Nice to see you again. I'm fine.
Good.
And again, won't you tell us about you?
Yes, sir. My name is Larry Huff from Anaheim, California. I'm a truck driver, just recently turned salesman. And the reason being, my wife said either get out of that truck or buy an exceptionally large wedding ring and put around that rig. And with $15,000, you don't need to go to school.
That's right. So, your wife is the one that said,
yes, sir.
Forget
she was
try
tired of me
something
being out
else,
and being
huh?
on the road, and she wanted me back home again.
Are you enjoying the new job?
Yes, sir, I really am. It's a little different on the academic part of it rather than the truck driving.
Well,
I have
that's
to
good.
kind of clean
That's
my
good.
mouth up a little bit.
Good. I'm not Sir. I'm Jim.
Yes, sir. Right, Jim.
Okay. And otherwise, I have to call you Sir, and that would be silly.
Okay,
We go back
Jim.
and forth, Sir and man.
Very good.
We want to be very relaxed and let you have a good time. You got the cards at the beginning of the match.
Sure did.
Let's pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 games out of 3. As we left off, Larry won game number 1. We're in the middle of game 2. Karen has yet to uncover a card, and again, Larry got off and running. He's moved over now with a 10 as his base card. He needs 2 cards for the championship and a crack at the big money. And as we left off, Larry, the question goes to you. Larry, we asked 100 third-grade boys. You ever put a bug down a girl's dress? How many boys claim they have?
I know, because I did.
I know. I can see from that laugh, Larry.
Pigtails and bugs down the back and whatever else. I'm going to say,
That's
Jim,
how you met your wife, huh, Larry?
Right. Bug down the back. And she's been bugging me ever since. I'm sorry, honey.
How many boys claim that they put a bug down a girl's dress? Third-grade boys.
Jim, I'm going to have to go down the middle of the line on this one and say a 55.
55
Yes,
out of
sir.
100 claim they have. Karen, higher or lower?
Jim, I don't think very many girls even wear dresses these days, so I'm going to say it's far lower. They wear shorts and tops.
Oh, I see, with the jeans and things. Okay,
Right.
well, if it's lower, you'll play your cards. If not, it'll be Larry with his. And the actual number of boys who put a bug down a girl's dress is 40. You're right, Karen, it is lower. Sizable amount, however. And Karen gets the first look at her base card, a 7.
Can I change that, please?
Can indeed. You won the question. A 2, a great
Great.
chance.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. An 8.
Beautiful. Lower.
Lower than the ace, a king.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the king, an 8.
Freeze.
And that was an easy decision to make with those great cards, and then right smack up the middle, and we freeze, protecting that position. Karen needs 1 to tie it up. Karen, we found 100 middle-aged men who are divorced and dating, and we asked them, have you ever thought to yourself have you ever heard yourself talking to a girl and thought, good grief, I haven't used that line in 20 years? How many divorced middle-aged men have thought, I haven't used that line in 20 years?
I bet that's a lot of men out there. They're back in the dating game, and they're not used to saying all these things. I think they're not that nice to their wife, you know. So I'm going to say 55.
55 out of 100. What do you think,
agree.
Larry?
Jim, I agree totally with their logic. I think after, especially middle age, if a man's been out there and been married for X amount of years and then try to go sit in a nightclub and talk sweet nothings to a young lady, Jim, I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go lower.
You say lower?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
gonna
I
go
remember our last show, Larry. Whatever you figure, you're going to go the other way.
reverse,
That's right,
exactly.
yes. Gene Wood tried that, and he said, you want to come for a ride in my Surrey with a fringe on top? And no, that didn't work anymore. 55 for Karen, lower for Larry. The actual number of divorced and dating men who have thought, I haven't used that line in 20 years, is 54. By 1, it is lower.
Shake it.
Wow, you were both around there. Larry, you've got a 10.
Jim, may I change that card, please?
Changing the 10 to a jack, a little
Yes,
better.
sir. Lower, please, Jim.
Lower than a jack. A 10. Freeze. Oh, chicken, he says. And that sets up an interesting board. Each player needing 1 card. Sudden death, someone has to win it right here. Larry, we polled 100 women who support the women's liberation movement. They all belong to the National Organization for Women. And we asked them, which would please you more? If your daughter married a doctor, or if she became a doctor? How many feminists would rather their daughter become a doctor?
That's going to be absolutely a high number, because I know the women nowadays are really trying to get their rights together, and I don't blame them. For a long time they've been trying to make it, and I think they're going to want their daughter to be a doctor, not to marry a doctor. I'm going to say that's going to be 80.
80 out of 100 feel they'd rather their daughter become a doctor. Karen?
I agree completely, and I think the key to the question is you ask people who are women's liberationists.
They are all members of the National Organization
for Women. And I definitely think it's higher.
Even higher than 80. This will decide control in sudden death. The audience was a little, didn't know which way to go on that. Larry got everybody off balance with the 80, but Karen says higher. The actual number of feminists who would rather their daughter become a doctor is 98. Almost every one of them. Karen, you got it. And Karen, you've got control in sudden death. You can play it or you can pass it. What's your big decision?
I'm going to change the card and play it.
She's going to do it herself, so this is a big change. The 8 becomes a 6. Not too good. Call it right. You win and tie it up. If not, we have a new champion.
Higher.
Is it higher? No, it's the same, and Larry wins it and becomes the champion on Card Shark. You made it was a tough change. The card just wasn't all that good when you made the change. But nonetheless, Karen, $15,800. You are a fine champion.
Thank you. Jim, I just have to tell you, it was a lot more fun standing here next to such a handsome man than at home next to my washing machine.
Oh, thank you very much, Karen. Nice to have you here. Bye-bye. Larry Huff, come on down and you stand next to me right now. Larry's got some business. He's going to cut some money cards and go for the big money right after this. Here he goes.
The Coffee Mate taste test. Mrs. Thompson, 1 cup of coffee contains cream and the other Coffee Mate. Tell me which you prefer.
Yeah, that's the cream.
You picked